Hello friends, I am Rashmi Ritapure from Sarhat College. So, in today's discussion, we start chapter from inorganic chemistry, chapter 2nd, atomic structure. So, from chapter 2nd, we discuss some points from chapter 2nd, and this chapter 2nd, it depends on periodic table and the rules which are related to the periodic table, how electrons get filled in the atom. So in this chapter we discuss some rules and periodic table. So let's start with periodic table. Have you know how many number of elements are there in periodic table? Who will tell me total number of elements in periodic table? From school level we are studying periodic table, elements of periodic table. Okay, so there are total 118 elements are there in periodic table, and these 118 elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers. The atomic number is equal to number of electrons or protons in a neutral atom. Okay, all the physical and chemical properties of elements are related to this atomic number. The filling of electrons in various orbitals is carried out according to the following rules. So, electrons get filled according to the Of-Bose principle, Pauli's exclusion principle, and Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Okay, so when electrons are filled in atom, they obey these three rules. From these three rules, today we discuss Aufbau principle. Aufbau is a German word meaning building up. The principle is used to write electron configuration of multi-electron atom by building them up. Okay, so Aufbau's principle statement is that in the ground state of an atom, the orbitals of lowest energy are filled first, then the orbitals of higher energy will be filled. This is statement of Aufbau principle. Means when electrons are filled in an atom, then first ground state is filled, means lower energy is filled, and then electron goes to higher energy level. This is Aufbau's principle. Electron occupies the orbitals in order of increasing energy. So the increasing order of energy of various orbitals is 1s. So means when in a multi-electron atom, when electrons are filled, filling start in manner first 1s orbital is filled, then 2s 2p, 3s 3p is filled, and after 3p, instead of 3d, electron goes to 4s level. This happens because of Aufbau's principle. Aufbau principle tells us that electron first occupy lowest energy and then it goes to higher energy. Okay, so in 4s and 3d, when we compare 4s and 3d, according to n plus l rule, 4s is lower energy than 3d. So after 3p, electron goes to 4s orbital and then it goes to 3d. After 3d, electron enters in 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s, 4f, 5d, 6p. In this manner, electrons get filled in multi-electron atom. So here is of Bose principle diagram, and in this diagram a diagonal rule is used while filling up electron. Diagonal rule is used, and according to this, in this figure here orbitals are shown and your n values are shown from 1 to 8, and L value for, we know that for principal quantum number 1, value of L is always 0, means for s orbital value of L is always 0. Okay, so in this diagram diagonal rule is used. Orbitals in increasing n are filled. First electron enters in 1s. Diagonally the electrons are placed. First electrons are filled in 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s and 8s. In this manner electrons are filled. So of Bose principle is shown in by this picture, and in this electrons are get filled first in 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p. After 3p electron enter in 4s, and after 4s electron goes to 3d. After 3d electron enters in 4p, 5s. After 5s electron goes to 4d. In this manner electrons get filled, means electron first enters in lower energy orbital and then electrons enter in higher energy orbital. The order of increasing energies of the various orbitals can be calculated on the basis of n plus L rule. The energy of the orbital depends upon the sum of the principal quantum number n and the azimuthal or orbital quantum number L. This is called as n plus L rule. For example, when we are discussing the values of 3D and 4s, in case of 3D and 4s, value of 3D is 5 and value of 4s is 4. When we add n plus L values for 3D, n plus L value is 3 plus 2, means for 3D n value is 3 and for d orbital L value is 2. So n plus L value comes to 5, and for 4s n plus L value is equal to 4. So in case of 3D and 4s, 4s is filled first because it have lower energy than the 3D, means n plus L value for 4s is less as compared to 3D. So first electron goes to 4s orbital and then it goes to 3D orbital according to n plus L rule. In neutral isolated atom, the lower the value of n plus L for an orbital, lower is its energy. If two different types of orbitals have same value of n plus L, the orbital with lower value of n has lower energy. For example, in case of 3p and 4s orbital, in 3p and 4s orbital, n plus L value of 3p and 4s is same, means 3p for 3p orbital n plus L value is 4, and for 4s orbital n plus L value is again 4. So in this case n plus L value of 3p and 4s orbitals are same. So in this case lower value of n has lower energy. So 3p have lower value of n. So electron first enters in 3p and then electron enters in 4s orbital, because 4s orbital have higher value of n. So this is n plus L rule. Electrons get filled according to the of-Bose principle and n plus L rule. So dear student, we stop here. In next lecture we discuss Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity.